Welcome to Rise Anyway, a space where we explore what it means to rebuild, to grow, and to start again. I am Guy Christ, and every episode is a quiet reminder that no matter how far you've fallen, you can always rise anyway. Rise Anyway. Episode 1, Ramona Pierson, Rising from the Wreckage. Ramona Pierson lived life at full speed. A Marine, a mathematician, a runner training for her 12th marathon. At 22, she was building guidance systems for fighter jets. She lived for motion, for progress, for momentum. Then one night in 1984, everything stopped. A drunk driver ran a red light. The bumper crushed her throat. Her dog, Chips, was killed instantly. A stranger she never met pushed the tube of a ballpoint pen into her neck to help her breathe, and another into her chest to reinflate a collapsed lung. I remember putting my hands on the ground, she said, and feeling my life's blood emptying out of my neck and mouth. She survived, but she disappeared into an 18-month coma. When she woke, she weighed 64 pounds. She was blind, unable to walk, unable to speak, estranged from her family. On paper, she was finished. Her next move wasn't planned. They basically put a map on the wall and threw a dart, she said. It landed on a senior citizen's home in Kremlin, Colorado. That's where her miracle began. Imagine waking up in a body that doesn't work and finding yourself surrounded by 100 grandparents who refuse to give up on you. They became her community, her therapists, her family. They played swear-word Scrabble for speech therapy. They retaught her how to eat, to speak, to laugh, to live. 2 years later, Ramona walked again. She learned to navigate the world without sight. Over the next decade, surgeons rebuilt her body piece by piece. Almost 100 operations, titanium plates, skin grafts, reconstruction. She joked, "At the end of my life, they're going to melt me down and turn me into a titanium bike." That humor wasn't denial. It was her shield, a way to stand tall beside pain. Blindness taught her how to feel the world. Regaining partial sight 11 years later taught her how to see it again. That double apprenticeship, darkness and light, sparked her lifelong question. How do people learn, unlearn, and relearn? She went back to school, built software that helped entire school districts learn together, founded companies, sold them to Amazon and Meta. But her work was never about technology. It was about people, about giving others a framework for coming back. And she lived by one sentence: you can't change the past. You can only change the path you're on. Ramona didn't rise because she was superhuman. She rose because she practiced small, quiet acts of bravery every single day with others. Her story isn't a movie montage. It's a manual for rebuilding a life. Resilience isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It begins when you sit back up, whisper okay, and try again. If you're standing in your own wreckage today, you don't have to fix the past. You just have to choose one next step. Maybe your comeback won't be quick, or clean, or visible, but it will be yours. Today's challenge: think of one part of your life that feels broken or unfinished. Don't rewrite it. Just take one step, however small, toward healing. Because you can't change the past, but you can always change the path you're on. Thanks for listening to Rise Anyway. If today's story moved you, share it with someone who might need a reason to keep going. You can follow the show for new reflections every week. And remember, you can't change the past, but you can always change the path you're on.